Y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today with some favorites. And y'all, this is the first month in maybe a couple of years where I have enough beauty products that this is all beauty. And then I'm going to come back and I have a lot of good lifestyle. So they deserved their own videos. Today is all beauty. And I have a couple of skincare items that I am loving. Okay, this first one is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. Okay, I used this in the 90s and I love it for such sentimental reasons. I love the smell of it. I love the feel of it. I love the packaging of it. It's a whole experience for me. But this also has great ingredients. I heard maybe a couple of years ago, Penn Smith Skincare talking about this. She had a good dupe for it, and I'm going to put that down below as well. This time I splurged and bought the real thing, but I'm going to put both of these down below. The main ingredients that I like this for, it's got tripeptide in it, and it's also got fermentation. It's got a fermentation product in it that's supposed to be really good. So I know it's supposed to be good for my skin, and I just love the whole experience of this. The scent of it is very light, almost non-existent, but I love it. So I use this every single night. This with my Lancome Genifique. I use those blended together and I love them. Okay, next, y'all, this is such a rediscovered love. I cannot even tell you. And that is the Ordinary Argireline. I have used this off and on for a couple of years. Well, recently I was really wanting to get Botox again. Against my better judgment, I have nerve issues that sometimes flare up. I don't have any kind of diagnosis, but I have just, some weird stuff going on that I don't need to be putting Botox in my body, but I was really wanting some. So I pulled this back out, my Argireline. I'm using this morning and night, and it is helping so much. Now, I will tell you, it's subtle, and it's not like actual Botox, but there's some things I like about this better than actual Botox. And one of those is it doesn't mess with the formation of your face. It doesn't mess with your eyebrows. It's not going to mash them down if you get bad injections. It's not going to give you a artificial look at all, but it just makes the lines softer. I love this so much. And I put this everywhere. I used to get Botox. Here, really concentrating through here, underneath my eyebrows, in case it might give me a subtle lift, and right here for crow's feet. But I end up putting some out here too. If I got Botox, I wouldn't. That would mash that down. So anyway, I'm loving my Botox in a bottle, the Argireline. Loving my Argireline. It's saving me from going and getting injections. Okay, next, I have a couple of primers. And y'all, I was off the primers pretty much because I just had gotten, they're underneath everything and I just didn't think it was worth my time. But then I picked this up. This is the Airbrush Flawless by Charlotte Tilbury. I can't even tell you how much I love this. A couple of times, okay, how you use this is you put it on before your makeup as a primer, spray it on, and it immediately perfects the skin and makes it better and prepares it for your makeup. Then you put your makeup on and then you use this as a setting spray and it perfects again. From the first time I used this, I see such a noticeable difference that I would say I don't forget it. A couple of times as the primer, I will get my concealer on and maybe part of my foundation and then be like, oh my gosh, I forgot my Charlotte Tilbury, and I spray it on. It's that good. I can tell that much of a difference. I love it. It's just a little bit of a blur and perfecting. I honestly don't know if this makes my makeup last longer, but I think it makes my makeup look so much better that I do not forget it. I put this on and then I put my setting powder on top of it, and it's beautiful. I don't have to use as much setting powder when I use this because it already perfects it. It's beautiful. And this is a small bottle. I have a big one in my cart already that I am definitely going to get. I sent some to my daughter Love that. Okay, next I have two primers that I have rediscovered and fallen back in love with. These are both illuminating, but they're different. Okay, the first one I'll talk about is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer in the Illuminating. I love this so much because it has a beautiful illumination, and then it also has a little bit, not a coverage, but a blur to it. So you feel like you're getting a head start on your foundation. Okay, it's that. And it just has a beautiful, luminous finish. It's gorgeous. And then it starts out my foundation better. It just gives me a little bit of a head start. So I use that, and then I sprayed this on top of it. That may sound like a lot of steps, but I am loving it. I am loving that start to my foundation. It just bumps that final look up a little bit. So I'm loving doing that. It is worth that extra step to me. The other one, and I don't use these on the same day, obviously. I use one or the other. The MAC Strobe Cream. This one is illuminating. It's luminous, but it's very sheer. So if you don't want, the little tiny bit of coverage and you want more of a sheer luminosity, that's it. This one's in the gold. It's that. And it's also beautiful. That is the Laura Mercier, and that's the MAC. And I can't decide which one I like better, so I alternate these. I've been using these this one day and this the next, and I love them. Okay, next, a highlighter. I discovered this on a clean out. I had it over here in my drawer. This is the NARS Fort de France, and I think it's a classic, and again, it had been sitting over here for a couple of years, and I hadn't used it. It's a champagne highlighter, and that's it on that finger. Hold on. Put it right here. I have this on today. It's that. I don't know if you can see it real good. You can see it best on my finger because this is a sheer, buildable highlighter that's like a second skin, which is my favorite. You can see it glowing right there. I have a little bit on the end of my nose, put a little more. And I love this so much. It is like a second skin, perfect for every day. But if I was going somewhere, I could definitely build this up. It's beautiful. Okay, next, I picked up some of these Tarte Maracuja Oil Lip Plumps. I had been hearing a ton of people talk about these, and I really like this. I don't like it as a lipstick, but I love it kind of as a gloss over what I already have on. So we'll put a little on over this is the Lawless Platinum. Hold on. This is what I have on. And we will put on some of this is what it looks like in the tube. And then to get more product, you push this down here and it comes up here. Again, I don't like this as my only lipstick. I like something a little longer lasting, and on its own, this is not real long lasting. It has a cooling feel, kind of like the Buxom glosses. I don't notice any plumping, but I do like it, as a gloss. I like it as a gloss. I don't feel like it's real plumping, but I do like it. This is in White Peach. It's very nice. And very moisturizing. Beautiful. Over something, whatever you already have on, it's beautiful. I do love this. But again, love it as a gloss, not as a lipstick. Okay, next, I have a couple of fragrances, and the first one is, I just have it in this purse size, but I love it so much. I've just ordered a spray over off of Poshmark. If y'all are looking for fragrances, look on Mercari and Poshmark. Mercari, I just bought I think a 1.7 ounce on Mercari for $60, brand new, so like almost half price. So look over there, but this is Viva La Juicy Gold Couture, and I love this. It is really sweet, and the notes are caramel and vanilla. It says berries, but I don't smell the berries at all in this. I mostly smell a caramel and a vanilla. It is beautiful. If you want to try it, again, you can get it in the roller ball. I really smell the caramel in it, and kind of the vanilla is just a sweet, good enough to eat every day. I love this, and it's good year round. I think I could wear this in the dead of winter and in the heat of the summer. So it is just beautiful. It's a beautiful everyday perfume. Okay, next, y'all. Okay, when I first introduced this, you're gonna think, well, that's a classic. Yeah, we all know that. But I'm loving this for something different. The Coco Cabana Sol de Janeiro Spritz. What I'm loving this for is for a hair spritz. I had always thought of this for the body. And then at Christmas, I went to hug my niece, and her hair smelled so good. I was like, what is in your hair? It was this. I had this at home, so I came home and pulled this back out because I don't really use this as a perfume because it's so light. This is also a hair spritz. So if you didn't realize that, like I didn't, it says it right on the website, but I always just kind of thought of it for the body. This is beautiful for just a little bit of an extra fresh, clean scent in your hair. Now, this one is not a safe blind buy. A lot of people don't like the Coco Cabana. A safe blind buy would be the one that goes with the Boom Boom Cream. Smells like the Boom Boom Cream. I'm going to get that one too. I had it and wasn't using it, so I gave it away because I was using it for my body. I'm going to get that for my hair again. Love this. My husband always notices. He's like, you smell so good. This is great. Okay, I have heard this described as popcorn, like buttered popcorn. I can see it. I can see that. Or to me, it's like a buttery coconut is what this is. But a lot of people don't like it. So be sure and test that out before you buy it. But I love that. And I'm going to get the Boom Boom. This one is, I think, pistachio and maybe vanilla. This one's a very safe blind buy. It's beautiful. Oh, I need to be using that more. And I'm definitely going to get the spritz for my hair. It just makes it fresher. Fresher when it's clean. And then if I've gone a few days and I'm feeling kind of stale, it freshens me back up. So love that for a hair spritz. All right. And that is all of my favorite beauty products this month. Y'all definitely down below let me know anything y'all are enjoying that I need to pick up and try. And that's all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.